Gnosticism is a term applied to an array of spiritual, religious teachings or religions around the time of Christ, or a little bit before and after. But the roots of the word Gnosticism is a gnosis, the word gnosis, Gnosis, which is the Greek term for knowledge. And it means in the spiritual, religious, traditional sense, a quality of knowledge that transforms you, that is intimately related with the transformation of consciousness. And therefore, it's something which is not specifically to those Gnostic sects, which are what usually is meant by Gnosticism. They were, for a long time, they were considered by scholars as sort of an aberration, and by Christian theologians as a heresy, and because they had much bizarre-sounding language and bizarre-sounding teachings, and they seemed at the very best to stress knowing rather than faith, which was a heretical idea for the Christian teacher. And it turns out, of course, that they were persecuted, their texts are burned, they were, we had very little direct accounts of their life, their work, and some of them certainly sounded a little peculiar, and I studied them a little bit at college, and I had a brilliant professor who started interpreting them in a certain way. But later, when I started reading about Gnosticism as part of preparing for this course on history of Western religious thought, I was amazed to find they echoed something which I had been so touched by in the Gurdjieff teaching, this idea that there is such a thing as transformational knowledge, a new kind of knowing that's not just the knowledge that we call knowledge in scientific era. There really was such a thing as a higher kind of knowledge, and I began to understand the symbolism in what they were speaking of. And then Elaine Pagels and a few others started writing about the Gnostics in a way that helped us to see that they really were, and some of them, very profound and deeply spiritual.